Oh, Marty. Alright, so Temur Elementals. This is an archetype that's been around the fringes of the format for a little bit here. There's been a lot of different ways that you can build this archetype. So what this build is doing that's unique compared to a lot of others is playing the card Neoform here. So sacrifice a creature, search your library for something that costs 1 plus that creature. So we can get extra copies of Risen Reef, or turn like Cloudkin Seers and Overgrowths and Risen Reefs into Omnath, Locus of the Roils, or Scampering Scorcher, and Scorcher can turn into Roil. So got a lot of synergy that way. Another nice thing that this deck gets to do is, in addition to Chandra being good synergy with Risen Reef, Chandra can flash back Neoform to let us get another thing out of our deck, which is sweet, and do some upgrades. So at any rate, let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here and see how this one goes. Yeah, neat take on the archetype. There's been a lot of different takes on Temur Elementals. I like what this one is doing. That's true. That's true. If there's a Teferi in play, Chandra's not flashing back much of anything. Man, I just assumed there were a bunch of other people streaming, a bunch of other bigger names streaming Magic right now, because we're only at 1,200 people on a Wednesday afternoon, but we're actually at the top of the Magic channel with 1,200 people. I wonder what the metrics look like on the back end, and if WotC's gonna stick to the standards, fine, nothing should change. Esports ready, yeah. Yeah, about that. We're just jamming Stormkin. Okay, so can you Neoform a Chandra token? You can, but it turns into a tokens have a converted mana cost of 0, so it only get a 1-drop. How do we feel about evolving this into a Risen Reef? That's probably not good enough. I think I'm just gonna Creeping Trailblazer an attack, because there's a good chance this Knight of the Legion gets a 1/1 counter next turn, and if it gets a 1/1 counter, I need 3 elementals in play to kill it with Omnath. Thanks for the half a year, Styles. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's really unfortunate. I'm just leaving this up. Do I just Omnath then? I think I just Omnath. I could attack for 5, get Risen Reef, play Thunderkin. I could do that too. I could also just give Vanguard the Cheeto Fingers, because if I'm hitting them for 5 and then I Cheeto Fingers and they protect this, they're going down to 6, right? Which is like pretty low. I think that's the line. I have a removal spell here. I think I'm still just doing this, and no, I don't get to eat the Knight because I only have 2 elementals. So we're down to 9. I've got 5 in play. Attack, Eternal Elemental. So, if I draw a land next turn, I can play this, put a counter on it, and then Omnath, and then it gets back Creeping Trailblazer when it attacks. I come in here and immediately Cheeto fingers are flying around. What's going on, Scooter? I appreciate the support. That's unfortunate. And I just can't race this card is the problem. I think I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, sacrificing the Stormkin. Oh, I did this in the wrong order, right? I missed a trigger. I'm dumb. If I do that in the reverse, I get a trigger. I'm aware. This should have drawn me a card too. Obligated to block, otherwise I die. To the person I just timed out, I timed you out for using annoying buzzwords instead of being constructive and helpful. So instead of saying something like, this looks awkward, actually, like, take a moment, use some thought process, explain what you actually mean. Being vague and non-specific doesn't help people that have submitted deck ideas. It just craps on the deck that they've put together, and that's not welcome here. So if you're not gonna be helpful, you can take a break from chat. And so it's okay to like pick apart things and diagnose them and analyze. That's welcome and great. But if you're not being specific about it, you're not really being helpful. You're just being hateful. Attacks. So I could Thunderkin and get back Risen Reef. I think that's what I'm doing. They killed the Risen Reef that was going to go away at end of turn anyways. This deck needs more agile synergy and teamwork. Yep. No blocks. Kill me. We're probably not beating a second Sorin, so I'm not going to try. So, I think I want to do this and draw a card. And then I can do this and chip into their Sorin. And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to play this land because it lets Omnath put a counter on something. Lost Axiom, thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. And this is an elemental, so this gets bigger and gains me another life again. That's really slick. Would love to draw an elemental that we can cast so we can kill one of these with Cheeto fingers here. Yeah, I mean, like, the person, it's kind of extra funny to me, or sad, depending on how you look at it, that someone decided to call this deck awkward, because I was actually thinking, like, the synergies that are going on here are actually really sweet. Like, the Overgrowth Elemental and, like, Omnath and stuff, like, giving extra counters to Thunderkin Awakener is really slick. Hey, look, my Omnath gets another counter and it draws a card. Hey, look, it's an elemental. People just spend so much time writing things off. They miss a lot of the sweet things. They have to block this, right? Because they're at 12. Yeah, nice, sweet. It's a good comeback. Good, solid set of synergies. I mean, like, you can judge certain things, and, like, you can be critical of, like, choices that have been made. Like, that's welcome and helpful and useful. You just, like, shouldn't just, like, randomly crap on things without being specific about things. So you can't, like, you need to be able to analyze why the things you're talking about are happening. The Scampering Scorcher seems sweet with Overgrowth Elemental, too. I think this is probably a little bit too expensive. Need 3 more cuts here. I definitely want my shock, some extra Lava Coil, I think. I don't think I want Fry in this matchup. Yeah, Overgrowth Elemental was really strong there. Definitely agree he put his back into it. Probably don't want to draw too many of those. I think I want to leave one of these in my deck to, like, get with Neoform. Just, like, leave that a window that's available to me, an avenue that's available to me. I'm down to 23 creatures here. I think I'm going to trim 1 Neoform here. Just keep my threat density a little bit higher. Yeah, Neoform, like, feels like it does a lot for a little. This deck's looking more agile by the minute. Yep. What do the kids say? YOLO? I even messed up that game and missed a Risen Reef trigger earlier. On the draw with a scry. Poppy needs a green source. Poppy! Poppy! Gonna yeet it. Gonna yeet this hand. We're yeeting for distance. We're yeeting full speed. Kids who yeet don't even know what that's the tune to. It's very sad. Yeah, the fact we hit our color, but the fact that, like, we're on triple tap land might mean we're just too slow. Like, if they drop a Sanctum Seeker here, like, probably dead. It's not the Vanguard, sure. Sometimes you keep the hand that has you going third. If the rest of their hand is crap, this keeps these 3 at bay, so, like, we're only taking 3 a turn, but, like, if they have a removal spell or something good, we're probably dead. Like, if they kill this and attack us with everything, we're taking enough damage here that we're probably dead. Oh, look, just to draw 5? That's it? That's all you got? All you got to draw 5? Get on my level. They did lose 5 life. It was quite taxing for them. Cake the yeet stints. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's take the next game on the play. We'll be on the play this game, and hopefully we'll play an untapped land at some point. Yikes. It's a little unfortunate. There's only 2 temples in this deck, and I think the 2 temples are fine. There's 12 shock lands. Seeing as you're the generation of peak memeage, what's your opinion on the feral hog memes? I enjoy it myself. I'm not quite sure I fully understand the origin of it. Someone linked it to me. I'm not quite sure I fully grasp what is occurring there. Yeeted when you should have Kobe'd. Exactly. See, you get it. Is it making a really dumb example of like a practical reason to have a weapon of mass violence? I want to make sure I understand it. Okay, got it. Yeah, I just wanted to attack first. All right, are we back? I think we're back. Every update, chat. Every update brings us closer to Magic Online. Every update brings us closer and closer to Magic Online. Confirmed to watch the software product, yep. Yep. So, I think I start by just attacking with this. All right, that was like, that's probably an above average turn. We're gonna get to do some stuff next turn, chat. Someone's about to get Cheeto dust all over them. Yup. Holy crap.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? Hey, these little guys are great!
This build is sweet. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with that. Oh, mistakes were made. That's fine. That's fine. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Hey, Vix, thanks for the continued support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Actually, do I just let that happen? I just let that happen, right?
Ian's walk it off, Chandra.
I remember when you first saw Risen Reef and Chandra and said in Discord, people are going to pay me a lot of money to play this. I would like the record to reflect I was not wrong, Burgle. I'd like the record to reflect I was not wrong. Good Lord, are we gonna deck? We have 32 cards. I don't think we're gonna deck. But if we are gonna die, we're gonna die doing what we love, chat, which is drawing cards, okay? That's an Omnath, alright. Are they dead? They might be dead. Don't tap all my red lands, you stupid game. Can auto tapper BS is this? Stop it.
Chandra Nalar, pyromancer extraordinaire. Mostly. They're so cute.
They're so cute. Sounds good, Vix. I appreciate the support. None of these draws are optional. Although I guess I could technically not put them into play. There's no fog in black and white in this format, right? Thunderkin Awakener's trigger. I'm actually not gonna get back the second Risen Reef because I feel like there's a real good chance we deck. Oh no, am I gonna get Settle the Wreckage? Oh no! Oh, you're totally right. There's Settle the Wreckage in this format. This is it. This is the moment right before disaster, isn't it? Oh no! Oh no! I definitely was just like, there's no fog, we don't have to do anything, right? I definitely just like didn't need to attack with anywhere near that much. We didn't need to attack with anywhere near that much. I get it. Oh, what else are we doing here? Well, been a shock, sure. Yeah, we're like super far ahead here.
I don't have enough swears right now.
Can we kill them without combat here? I feel like we're pretty close to killing them without combat, right?
Not to brag, but I'm totally the best pyromancy student. Go get him, buddies.
Oh, I can't cast Omnath. Oh, I can. I can. Just infinitely ahead. Clicked into combat. Got destroyed. Didn't matter. Settle down, baby. Get out of here, vampires. Get out of here. Settle the wreckage too, Electric Boogaloo. Listen, if you wanted to watch a stream where people get punished for making really awful mistakes, this is not the channel for you. There's no justice here. Seems fine. You're splashing black to play Yarok and you've decked several times. I would believe that. I don't know that we need a Yarok in this deck. That sounds ambitious. Oh, geez. Risen Reef Chandra's good. Risen Reef Scorcher's also good. This triple triggers Reef the turn after. Yeah, if you Yarok, you should put a Nexus in your deck, probably. Justice reigns from above. That's not the land I wanted for Christmas. Show me Nissa.
Together, we will prevail. Harness the elements.
All right, go to 13. If we get an untapped lands here, we could be okay. If we brick, we're probably dead. Okay, sweet. So I get to Scorcher here, which gives me a lot of blockers, which is nice. Yeah, opponent has assembled Land War Elftron. Yeah, I can Neoform Scorcher into the 5-drop if we want potentially next turn. I'm not quite sure if that's what we want to do though. Not 100% sure. Interesting. I wonder if they have a... Does this smell like fish to anybody else? It kind of smells like fish to me. So then, let's Neoform this into Rolsilisk.
my
I go block, block, take 7, go to 2, so we're dead to a removal spell here. Dead to Teferi.
I know my responsibility.
Is it worth leaving Stormkin back to block a land? No, I think if they take something out of the way there, we're just dead regardless. Is Apex Hybrid the best 5-drop we could play in these 3 colors? I like that it gives us extra aggression, Burgle. We could play a Cavalier. I don't know that any of the 3 Cavaliers we're playing are that much better though. I like that this is flying. I like that this flies. I think I'm just swapping into Aether Gust and cutting the Lava Coils here. That seems fine. Hellkite's kind of aggressive. I don't hate Skarrgan Hellkite. And Skarrgan Hellkite's guaranteed to have a 1/1 counter on it because evolution gives it a 1/1 counter. If we'd have had a Skarrgan Hellkite there, we'd have killed Nissa. I like that suggestion. Let's put a Hellkite in there. Down for a Hellkite. Yeah, we're not going to be Neoforming for 5-drops very often, though. I like the idea of Skarrgan Hellkite. This deck's got an aggressive slant to it, and that's a nice aggressive card. He's a creeper. Cheaper creeper. Sure. Would you like to Teferi my 3-drop? That's rude. Awakener would be a sick draw here. Yeah, I agree, Marty. This card's really good. Give Incubation the old Cheeto fingers here. I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on Omnath because I want him to be able to block Nissa lands. I think is a reasonable decision. It's a little bit worse if they remove him, but if they remove him, it's not that big of a deal. I think I'm just playing her and plussing her. Is that crazy? The tokens don't really do anything.
Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
I just want to burn stuff already. Our next land draws a card with Omnath, which is sweet. Get like a Risen Reef or a Thunderkin will be in a pretty good spot. We are in a lot of trouble to mass manipulation here. That's unfortunate.
Find your fires of passion within.
I don't know that I really want to play the Omnath out. Especially if, like, they're gonna... I guess I'm just dead to manipulation regardless. They're gonna take 2 things. I don't know. I feel like I might be able to get through a manipulation here with a good series of draws. And getting through the manipulation probably involves holding onto this Omnath for now. If I could find a Risen Reef or a Neoform, we could be in a pretty good spot. dig in. Oh. Am I supposed to, like, zero my Chandra, play Chandra, zero my Chandra, play Omnath? That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad.
We can do this together.
I don't think I'm winning a game where I do that. Yeah, I can just pass. The board's, like, kind of stable here. Like, all of my lands are drawing me cards. If we can fade them drawing X spells for a little bit. Yeah, exactly. We're like giving up these 2 resources to like kill a 6/6 flyer. That doesn't seem particularly profitable on my end. Yep. And now they probably want to be defensive with their Krasis because they don't want to lose their Nissa. The plus on Glacial Fortress here. Oh, I was going to say it's good for us because it means they don't have, what's it called? I think we've probably flooded a little bit too much. This is our bubble match for Mythic, of course.
Next time, you're toast.
Only time will tell.
When it rains, it pours, chat. I played the untapped land there as opposed to a Stomping Ground in case we drew a Risen Reef. I don't think it really matters. We probably did here. Even, like, if they had all blanks for the rest of the game, we probably were still dead. Defree is definitely gonna push us out of it. I don't know, if they have, like, all blanks for the rest of the game, we, like, have an okay Risen Reef turn and, like, get a bunch of stuff into play, we could be okay. Oh, I wanted to put a dragon in, right? I think if we'd have had Hellkite in our deck, we probably would have won the first game in that match. Just, like, had a card that was better than this. They used a Game Shark. They used something. And having decent luck with the finale plus Chandra build of elementals. Yeah, that one seemed pretty reasonable. Overgrowth Elemental's been really impressive for me in this deck so far. I'm gonna keep this, but it's not gonna be a good scene if we're playing against something aggressive. Doing all right, Kevin. Yeah, Red-White Temple is statistically Feather. Could be a brew of some sort, though. No guarantees. Alright. This matchup's probably pretty terrible for us. These decks that don't have hard removal to kill Feather And like, being a little bit interactive tends to be really bad in this matchup because they have enough anti-interaction for your little bit of interaction most of the time. You just like get dumpstered by Reckless Rage and stuff like that. Just not sure how we like stabilize through this board. Yeah, Dive Down's God's Willing. They're like functionally the same thing. I can like pretend I can race here, but in reality we're just gonna be really towards the wheel pretty slow. Yeah, Reckless Rage is very, very powerful. Whoa, they scryed top, scary. Feels dead, man. God's Willing just dive really far down. Going extra deep. Alright, we've got some fries. We've got a Lava Coil. Got a chip and a chair. We've got some Chandras to flash them back. Omnath is technically a removal spell. I don't think Shock is good enough in this matchup. It doesn't kill a Danto Vanguard, and it only kills their 2/2 with haste for a very small window. So I don't think it's good enough. Yeah, Legionnaire, that's the name. God's Willing my creature to remove pacifism. Yep. Protection is an easy and intuitive to understand mechanic. It makes enchantments fall off. One of the laundry list of things it does is make enchantments fall off. Okie doke. What's going on, Giddle? It's probably this. I think I just like hope to be aggressive with Trailblazer and Elemental on the play with a Fry as a piece of interaction in the middle. How are Elementals so far? I don't know. I felt like we were pretty okay against Vampires. We came up a bit short against Bant, and this matchup seems pretty hopeless. This is kind of exactly the style of deck that Feather really wants to play against. It's a deck with a little bit of interaction, but not a lot, and we don't have a particularly fast clock to race them, and we don't go really far over the top of what their creatures are doing. When you see Party Bus played again, listen, I'm a simple man. I just play the decks that are in the deck queue. And Yarok Field and Black Red Aristocrats this time around. The queue's relatively short in all directions these days. Standard plus modern combined will be less than 20 decks once I take out the 5 we played today. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the next one. Missing land drops in a bad matchup. Not a huge fan of Standard, but forgot to sub this morning, so I thought I'd pop in and give you some dollars. Well, thank you for the support, Samian. If you didn't catch both the modern decks we played this morning, we had 2 really good sets. We played blue-red swans, and we played black-red goblins that were both reasonable. We'll be playing aristocrats again before the weekend. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna plan to alternate between aristocrats and Yarok every day. I'll be playing either aristocrats or Yarok every day between now and the event next weekend. Anyone who's been paying attention, has Wizards announced yet how many months are in this next season? Yeah, I'm not gonna play the Naya deck. After playing it yesterday, I decided to cross it off. I really don't want to play a deck that loses to I don't want to play a deck that loses to Nexus. Lightning Stormkin looking good for pressure in their Planeswalker here. Yeah, I'm very ready for this card to be gone.
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
Yeah, this, I mean, like, that's pretty close to their best possible draw, right? They were on the play with a Landmore Elf and went turn 2 Domri, turn 3 Sarkin. Doesn't really get better than that. I feel like this deck is kind of straddling this kind of awkward middle ground between, like, it's not quite an aggressive deck like Vampires or like Aristocrats, but it's like, it doesn't quite have the value of a lot of these mid-range decks put up in the format. I'm not really sure if that's a reasonable spot to be in. Frame issues here. Yeah, Magic Arena is a pile of software that has been coming more and more laggy with every update. So even on my 1080 GTX with an i7 and 32 gigs of RAM, yeah, still has frame rate drops. It's not just you at home. 199 Jan. I give you frame rate drops, the video game. Thanks for the 4 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Not that Arena can touch 32 gigs of RAM because it's a 32-bit application, but, you know, it's there in the event they ever wanted to write a 64-bit application. Yeah, it's 2019. 32 gigs of RAM is, like, not a lot. It's like an appropriate amount of RAM. Aren't most Unity applications 32-bit these days? I'm pretty sure it goes into program files x86. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check. No, yeah, it definitely goes into program files x86. Okay, I thought I remembered that correctly.
There'll be nothing but dust when I'm done.
I mean, like, most systems have a pretty high theoretical max RAM amount. You just, like, wouldn't need to put that much memory into it.
We won't answer to other guilds.
My gaming laptop can play Red Dead, Assassin's Creed, and Fortnite at max graphic settings. MTGA at low settings stutters after about 3 hours. Yep. Want to run my entire Steam library at the same time? Listen, I got 12 cores. Let's go. Every core gets a video game. Let's do it. You don't think I shield during this deck? Well, I don't shield during every deck, Captain Command. Usually I do 2 ad breaks per day. This isn't one of those esports streams. We don't have to do 6 minutes of ads per hour. We are but a humble Hoglandia stream. We have a removal spell here. The Cheeto Fingers could have gone a little sideways there. We're probably going to see this Blast Zone tick up to 2 and then clear these creepy boys out.
I'll just see myself out then.
Yeah, maybe. That's better sequencing, Killer. Hit the Domri first. I like that. Your Magic Esports not it. That's true. That's true. I have that domain as a joke, though. There's no disillusion here of what this actually is. Oh, let's stand up. My legs are getting cramped. Ooh, no blocks. Go to 14. Knife Cat. Gosh, I haven't loaded up Skyrim in a while. I do play. What's it called? I do play Overwatch off stream with some frequency though. A little bit of Killing Floor. I've been playing a little bit of Killing Floor too. It's a good mindless shooter. Although maybe I shouldn't advertise that I play Killing Floor because apparently video games make you violent. Everybody knows that, right? Should I have attacked before sacking? No. Oh, it is not our afternoon. The only thing that makes me violent is mainstream conservatism. These darn kids and their rap music and their violent video games. Have a Skarrgan here. Nissa. Yikes.
We are all connected. The land shall conquer you.
Alright, it's a good conservative attack. It's good for us. Sweet. Alright, so we're gonna go Overgrowth Elemental. Power up the Cheeto. And then if this finds a land, the Cheeto's gonna turn into a 6/6. Yep. And I can Lava Coil this. We've actually had a really good set today, Bob. The blue-white flyers we played before this was A+ excellent. It's one of the best configurations of that archetype I've played in this format so far. And we played Yarok Field before that. Was also a good set with that. Yarok Field was great. I'm still between Field and Aristocrats for the MCQ. Yeah, actually, I don't think we lost a match with Field or the Flyers deck. We ran a little bit good with them too, obviously, but speaking of Overwatch, my wine programs crash when I tab out, even with virtual desktops. Is that a fixable thing? Are you playing in full screen borderless? 1775, because you shouldn't have to alt tab out of the application, basically. If you're alt tabbing out of it, you're using it wrong. So if they don't chump block here, I can play this and deal the last damage. We were one match win from Mythic, and we've lost a few with this one because it's been a little medium, so we're sliding back down. I'll probably start with Aristocrats or Yarok Field tomorrow, and then climb our way into Mythic. Awesome, Miss Lane. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That deck is a lot of fun. The MCQ's on the 17th, so it's a week from Saturday. The good news here is even if I draw a land, I'm gonna get to draw a card off of it because of that. Bobby! Why not climb into Mythic now? Well, I was gonna be done after this set, but I definitely have the capacity to continue going, so yeah, Bob's great. Oh, yeah, I think I'm about ready to be done with this one. Unless the straw is really good. No, I have time. I was actually going to stream a little bit, do a little bit of Warhammer after I was done with Magic for the day, but I'm happy to do some more Arena for a Benjamin. Because Ben's one of my best friends. He's great. Wraith PK, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, we went 1-3 with this, I think, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't really keep track of the matches. I don't like what's winning and what's losing. Like, I don't really keep track. It's more about the feels and the theory behind it. And overall, while the Neoform idea was kind of neat in this deck, I felt like we've talked about this a lot in this format. This felt like a mid-range deck, and mid-range decks just aren't good in this format. The aggro decks get under them pretty efficiently, although we did put up a decent fight against vampires when we played it, but so many of the other decks in the format just go so far over the top of what decks like this are doing. Like, we got beat up by the Mass Manipulation deck. You have a hard time with Scape Shift if you don't draw exactly your sideboard cards. Like, I feel like this is not really where I'd want to be. I'd want to either be lower to the ground and more aggressive rather than trying to meet things in the middle in this format. All right, we're going to add some Black-Red Aristocrats to wrap up today. Red-Black Aristocrats, whatever you want to call it.